Hello everyone and welcome back to Manor Lords, welcome back to our beautiful little village with the amazing mountains in the background. And yes, back here as the new year is starting more or less, it's spring. We survived another winter, the second winter, and yeah, barely so, right? So food is going up again, fuel is really down right now, even though we have 3 people as a woodcutter working already. I guess upgrading those brokerage plots at some point will provide us with better isolation, but right now we still have to work on their demands. Now the mission for the taxes is over, luckily, so at least there is a positivity in here, and we can now focus again on food. Now what is happening in this year, and that's going to be a new thing, is our first harvest, our first real harvest. It's still growing at 73% now, so that means we're going to have probably a very good summer harvest here coming out with lots of wheat, basically, right? Lots of barley, and that's it, right? So no flax this year because I just didn't want that yet, as it's just linen. But the other thing is fine. So barley for the alcohol and lots of wheat, and that is, by the way, then also being crushed here in the farm, right? And here in the farm we do make then grain out of that, so the workers that are assigned to the farm. And then once again the windmill makes flour out of the grain, and the communal oven is then making bread out of that at the very last. So I'm not going to assign anyone to that yet, nor do I need to assign anyone to the windmill at the moment as well. Basically, we do have just enough people there. We don't have any flour yet, so that's the main reason. Most of my houses by now do have some upgrades to the plots, so nothing else that I would need to do here for now. In the future, for any new house, of course, I will also look out that we can do this, can assign more. I just wanted to get this row of houses up here because it's just looking really cool, and this is just some high density area, right, with a smaller courtyard, smaller garden that we have. Yeah, once again, I know that this one here can work, right? So I've seen it for the manor. We do need to make this one somehow a bit better still. So let's get rid of the gatehouse again. We have 34 timber, so we can make this one a bit bigger this time, because I really would like to have a manor available to me where I can then have a tax collector, which we just do need. We might find us a better location for it, though. I think up here might suit us just better overall. And we do have the space for this, right? It would also overlook then the street there. I think this makes the most sense. So I'm going ahead with trying it once again, the Bailey wall that we do need here. So that's starting then here, and it's going then all the way to this side, all the way over here into the forest there, around here, and then along the road here, basically. Connecting it with that. That's 9 timber that this will cost us a bargain, really. And also what we can do then is a gatehouse right away that we should provide. So let's have a gatehouse then somewhere here in this area, right? And this is where it's coming in then, and through the gatehouse we will then be able to get a road at some point once this has been finished, right? And this whole thing then is going to be our bailey, where we can have the taxpayers and stuff like that. The road, of course, continues then all the way over here into that forestry area, where we can also have then more houses than later down the road. The thing is, though, right, we are living in a very, very hilly area, so we don't have a lot of flat land. We don't have a lot of expansion possibilities. Look at that, how steep it is up here. So there's no way I can expand into this area, nor into this area. There's even cliffs here, so really there's just, we are very limited with the amount of expansion that we can do. We can only go deeper into the forest there. At some point we would also then destroy the berries there, unfortunately. And here once again we have also a very steep incline, so it is difficult terrain, honestly. It is difficult. We can of course also still grow into this whole area there. I would like to do a couple of things, though. I would like to move the forager more into this area now. So fortunately we can move buildings, right? The same goes with the woodcutter. I'm also going to move this one a bit further. What we can't do is moving the granary, and also not the storehouse, which is a shame, honestly. So I would have loved for this to move those guys there, to move those buildings. Unfortunately, that is not possible. The tannery we can also not move for some strange reason. But with that, we do have now the gatehouse, because I would like to really have a special entrance then for the manor, right? So we have then this road going into the manor area then from here, from our main road, more or less. And this road here we could, we could actually make this one smaller, or we can just squeeze more buildings in here. That also is totally possible. I'm thinking about my next industries that we have in here. The malt house, that is huge, and the brewery. And I think we might... sheep farm, the oven. Yeah, we don't have that many buildings then anymore, right? So at some point it should hopefully come to an end. But let's just build this one for now, as this estate is forming. Alright, while we have to endure this horrible rain right now, let me tell you, I'm very frustrated at the point of no avail. I cannot get the manor to work, so the bailey to work, right? The manor house needs to be attached to a wall, and it was not working over here because of the terrain. So the game doesn't tell you that, but if there is a bit of a slope going down here, the manor house will not attach to any wall, right? So I needed to readjust a few things now over to this area. So this is now as flat as it can be anywhere on my map, because everywhere else we do have a hill area, right? So everywhere here, we're a bit unlucky with the starting condition, even though it is looking beautiful, right? I love a hill village, no doubt, but it is getting really difficult here with the terrain. And a bailey is pretty big, right? And you need a flat terrain for this, or as flat as it can get. And I think this is the maximum that we can work with. So here it was absolutely not working for some reasons. It was just not working. So now we have it here, and I think from what I can see already, it is working now. Yes, it is being attached to my area. Very good. And now I can finally place my manor house, my majestic pinnacle of a building. Let's do this. This is consuming the rest of my timber. And I've also, as we can see, deleted 2 houses here, right? But we are building up a new village down here. And these houses are big enough to allow upgrades. Very good. That's 4 actually, right? So 4 plots going now all the way down here to the road then. So this is now coming to an end then, the village on that side. We can still do the same thing here again. So we still have plenty of room to grow. But I needed to move things around. The advantage though is that we do have then more room here again to build, because it is still a bit flat there after all, right? That's that. Now forager, I'm reducing that because we're running out of berries anyway, so there's no use really of doing much here. The woodcutter lodge, that is still working. Let's just see that we do get a proper area over here somewhere, a bit further away, right? And then we have the logging camp. Let's assign a second person to that, because we do need more. We do need more logs after all, and let's just try and have them work over there. And I'm curious to see if they do work over the borders. I would love to see that. Alright, of course the bailey with the wall, with the gatehouse, with the manor house is going to take a long time to finish. However, we're going to lay out a priority for it. So gatehouse, bailey, and then the manor house, right? And only then do we have the houses here with priority 1. Only then do we finish those here, even though this one is coming along already. So we might as well just finish it now, because it has the resources already. And there it is. And we can then also add, of course, once again, a chicken coop. And probably... let's have a second chicken coop. We do need eggs. Eggs are just very good overall. Alright, how's my fields coming along in the meantime? We are in July now, so harvest season should be starting. Where's my people? They're still waiting. I don't know for what exactly. Do we need to decide here what is happening? Estimated harvest is in 50 days for these fields here, right? Since some of them are already full, right? We can force early harvest. Let's just do this. Let's force early harvest, and let's just hope that these guys are now... yes, they're harvesting. Right? So they're now on their way to the field. Oh, he's determined. This is the determination that I like to see on the faces of a farmer that goes to harvest some crop, right? So that's the emmer, so the wheat basically that we can get out of here. 209, and with that we can make grain, then flour, and then bread, and that should last us hopefully through winter. So the other house has been finished there as well. Yep, and these are just waiting now, right? And we can then have, of course, more on that side. Pantry is full, the field. This one here. There's the harvest, as we can see. And lots of wheat is coming in. And once again, very detailed. They're not just chopping it down or cutting it down. They're actually piling it up. And I think it's better to you know, spread the harvest season a bit, because otherwise it could get a bit bit close there. Even though we do have 4 farmers right now, 4 families working on that, it's still a bit close. So it's good that we have an early harvest here. And then probably for the barley, sorry. Right, it's so close, we can also force an early harvest then for this one here too. But this has priority 1, right? Well, this one here has priority 2 for now. So we really want to get all of this in here. Once full, all the wheat is getting over here with the cart, being stored in my farm. And here we can then make grain out of it. And there it's storing up. Just really cool that we can go through these buildings, right? I mean, I could also get my hitchhiker out there with my fancy coat, but this is just faster. And by now also these fields, the harvest in these fields is starting up or ramping up. And as we can see, we got already 470 crops now. That is wheat and barley then combined. No more timber, unfortunately. In my logging camp, I do have 13 timber stored, right? I think the storehouse is full. Yes, the storehouse is full. We're completely full of iron slabs. Even though I don't have anyone there anymore, I could assign someone to build me some more tools there. Craft me some more tools. We got the iron ore, lots of that. And firewood in here. I will probably need a second storehouse because I cannot upgrade this one either. So another storehouse it is. For my industry sector, we have one. And then probably... It's a good idea to have one down here. Alright, also the pelts. We need to get rid of something here. Well, I think this was a very successful harvest. We're getting close to 1,000 crops there right now. At the moment, most of it is still stored in the fields, right? So this one here is full, for example, and this one here too. So this is now eventually getting then over to my farm, and then those people should start working on threshing, and with that we can make some grain out of that. No assigned workers anymore at the moment, so I will just need to wait. Yeah, the manor is also coming along, as we can see. It's a fine building that we are having here. And of course, there is more room here for other buildings then, because I'm pretty sure by now that we will also need to have the tax collector in this area then as well. My main problem right now though is that my storehouse is full and the logs are accumulating in the logging camp. I mean, not all of them, they're actually still being transported over, right? Yes, they're still being transported. I mean, why use the road when you have grass nearby, right? Not the smartest one. Oh, that poor ox. He could have such an easy life if my drivers would be a bit smarter. And ladies and gents, there we have it. Our manor house, a crowning pinnacle of our village so far, has been finished. So this is where I guess we do reside in this fine building here. So where are we? Oh, we are actually spawning right next to it. There you go. And I guess we can also re-enter these fine majestic halls. Yeah, unfortunately, seems like it's very steep here. No one thought about a ladder or something. Okay, we can at least go into the side building. Ah, and there it is in the main building. Unfortunately, it's looking rather desolate, so we definitely need to decorate things in here. And now I'm trapped. So he's going to stay in there, at least he's got it dry. And yeah, with that, the manor house has been finished. Anything that we could do here? Provides living space. 17. Fritz is already joining. What? There are people living in my manor house? Fritz is living here now. And he actually was created like that. Interesting. Did not expect that. And then we have a tax collector possible now. We can attach it then to a wall again. And with that we can finally make some coin. Oh, lovely. If only I had a bit of timber. And there is a lot of people moving into the manor house right now. 6 already. This is a bit of a problem to me right now because I don't have food for these people. What is going on? I never thought that the manor house would be a living space for others. Provides living space for 5 peasants, it says. Provides a garrison space for retinue. First manor build grants a free retinue squad of 12. But that's it. 5 peasants? There's 17 coming in right now. Right. And they're already moving in. They're already bringing in their things. Okay, I guess that's that then. I did not expect that there are so many people living in it. Yeah, food-wise, I guess it could be fine still. The most important thing right now is that we do get some logs into the storehouse here. So logs, it's still empty. We're using it for something, I think. Still for some ongoing constructions. Right. There we have it. It's still being used for the burgages that we have. And I think my loggers, they don't work, right? So no, they're not chopping down any trees. So really, we do need to have them on the same territory. It would have been too easy, right? We cannot use this territory there. We do need to work with this. Alright, they're still busy transporting. We do have some more hands, so let's just add a few more families to the farm. Because this really has priority right now to get all of that in, right? And then we can start the threshing. But now it's still lots of transportation here. There's 140 in it, right? But that's it then, I guess. 180 there are still stored as well. And it's filling up. Perfect. Very good for winter. There's also some wild animals over there. Look at that, 40. Yep, let's go ahead and have also a hunter out here, right? So we can definitely have this, another hunting camp that we have out there. That's some workers, and they can then work these wild animals. They are on my territory as far as I can see. It's uncertain, but the symbol is on my territory. So I definitely want to use them because we do need more food with all of those people moving in right now. Bit problematic. At least the logging camp is working again. They're gathering trees once more. Oh, it's still ongoing. That's a lot of transportation here. Huge effort. They've been doing it for months now. And there's still 180 barley. There's the hunting camp. Fortunately, we do have so many people moving in right now that we can definitely make use of them. And there is then our new hunting grounds now, where they can hopefully do something. Get us more meat in, because we sure as hell going to need it. Even though we have 120 eggs already in it and 45 milk and 160 vegetables. So the plots are working, right? Filling up our food storages with that. And also now the last barley is being brought in, and then we can start with the threshing. And yes, right away, Kunz is starting to hunt. Also, autumn is upon us once more. I just love how the fog is coming into the valleys here again. I also just love to watch all these lines getting from the fields to my farmhouse. They're still all transporting. And as we can see, now we're starting with the threshing. So this one here goes up. No, I think it's the barley, I'm sorry. Pantry, that's the wheat. This is the barley that is coming up here. The last bits of it. We also finally have enough timber again. So let's go ahead with the tax collector. Yes, this one can be then right here somewhere. I would love it. It does need its own road connection then. Right, and here we will have then taxes. And we do have 500 regional wealth right now. So hopefully a lot of taxation will happen. So this is our treasury. And with that we will hopefully then be able to pay the annual royal taxes. The next are in 145 days. So hopefully until then we have the coin for it, because I don't want to build up more debt than we have to. Now the last fields are empty. And there it is. Yep, just on time. I just love it. It's just working. We are getting the first grain in already. So they are starting with the threshing. Ah, yeah. Combined effort on all of them. Perfect. And we do have the workforce. Let's go ahead and assign one person to the windmill so we can start making some flour out of that. And while that is happening, another thing, and that is my next industry, my... Oh, wait a second. No, let's just amass a bit more timber, because before I start with the alcohol, I would like to have a bit more timber. Approval rating is fine though. Livestock, we have the chickens and the goats. Yeah, should be fine. Can't wait to see how much bread we actually get out of this. And bread, of course, is a very durable food type. And meat, there's not that much meat in. But they are already working here. Yep, they are working. There's also meat now coming in from this latest camp that we have. Also, what we can see, the automated crop rotation was in effect. So we have now flax for the next year, flax on this one, barley on this one, and emmer on this one. We have 2 times flax. Yeah, let's just go with that. I think that's going to be fine. We do need it anyway then for the linen. And then we have barley and emmer. No, actually, let's not make it flax here. Let's make it... Oh, yeah, we just used emmer, so it's very low there. We could go with the barley. And here we have the emmer. Let's go with emmer on this one, right? We had the barley on that field. So emmer it is. And then it is the flax next year, because I want to amass a bit more wheat. That's our miller. Fight, he's called, and he's now getting the grain to make flour out of it. The tax collector, meantime, is also coming along. It looks like it has brick walls, despite only costing me timber. That is some magic here. And please, let the ox drive by someone else. We do have a perfect road system. Why don't you use it? And there we have it. Flour is being produced. I could assign a second person to that, as in the farm, as we can see, we're pretty much full on the pantry now. Let's also reduce it by 1. So hopefully, yep, that person is going into the windmill right away, where we produce the flour. And flour can be easily stored then, right? It doesn't spoil that quickly or anything like that. And then, well, I just need a person for the oven, and then we can start with the bread production. 11 out of 17, so that means there are still going to be more people then in the manor house. And by the way, of course, the farmers have work to do still, but it's not that important anymore. So it's important, but it's actually happening rather quickly, so that's fine. I mean, I could also, if I want to be super realistic, I could also say no windmill work for now, right? And all work on the farms. And once all of that work is done, during winter we mill into flour, we mill the flour and then make bread out of that. I think that is better, because once we run out of the vegetables and the meat and the berries and the eggs, then the bread starts to flow in. So I think that is a good tactic there on my part. Tax collector, beautiful building. We are already working on the roof. And there it is finished. In all its glory, a new building, the tax collector. And as we can see, we do now have, we have quite a lot of options here available. We can decide the tithe, so it gives away a percentage of goods to the church. I don't know. We have the geld, basic tax collected per family on the first day of each month. Let's go with 1 silver. This is lowering our approval rating by 6%. We would still be above 50 though. And predicted treasury income is 30, because we have 30 families right now. I'm not giving away anything for the church yet. It would convert it to silver then. And to influence. We do have 660 influence. That also would not be so bad, right? Let's just see what we could do here. Nah, let's not. I mean, I can only go by 1, right? Yeah, let's go by geld for now. The tithe later on. We're at 660 influence. And by the way, with influence, we could conquer other territories, right? Claim with influence 1,000, for example, so that we could move into this territory there, where there is some iron deposits and some wild animals again. So that is entirely possible. Looks quite busy in there. as there are lots of families living in now. How's it coming along? I think the fields are finished, right? No, they're still doing it. Alright. That's fine. And the first money has been paid already. There we can see it. 25 coin we have. We do need to pay 5 coin. So we already have enough coin for that. And now the treasury is filling up. And money can be used for diplomatic purposes or for hiring retinue and mercenaries. Let's just check it out there again. Claim with favor and claim with influence, but not with money or so. But with that we could get then a standing army or just some mercenaries then if we want to. Very nice. So far our village is growing, looking better than ever. Another winter is approaching though, and we should really stock up on that bread. Stay tuned.